Young and Davenport, and as you can see, I'm in front of a Masonic temple. But that's not all it is. Check this out. That's right, as you can see, this Masonic temple is actually MTV Studio. MTV Studios actually bought this Masonic temple to shoot programming in here. And this is just additional information to help you understand everything that we've been talking about in the videos. How they actually try to tap into this occult power so that they can influence our minds with this media. That's what's going on right here behind us at this MTV Studio building, which is nothing more than a Masonic temple.
Here's what happened, Art. In 1954, President Eisenhower met with the Greys to abduct a very small number of persons that in exchange for advanced technology from the aliens, and we would be periodically given a list of those persons abducted. We got something less than the technology we bargained for and found that the abductions exceeded by 1,000,000-fold what we had naively agreed to. And when we first became aware of this, we protested to the little gray being that we held in captivity at the YY-2 facility in Los Alamos. We found out that the Greys are cybernetic organisms, glorified robots, if you will, who work here at the behest of their employers, monitoring us through abductions.
Yup, something is very wrong, as these might not be human beings, and many who have gone near them are warning that something not from here has finally started to reveal itself. People were terrified after footage from Paris shows figures walking straight towards the camera with solid black eyes, no expression, with their bones coming out of the heels of their foot, and many warning these things are not only here and ready to attack, but they want us to know. Haunting footage shows the skin on the heel when pressed is exactly like living flesh, with veins, pores, and each one appearing in a different shape of human skin, with the museum now examining it and classifying it using only one word, mutation, and they won't tell us anything more. But it gets much worse as reports from the creatures themselves reveal each one of them is built from a full body scan using a real living person, matching their exact skin, veins, and down to individual hairs, just to make this, with more now being filmed gathering in Paris, each appearing in a different human form. While fashion experts say they are called skin shoes and actually worth $10,000, nobody has explained why an artist who specializes only in replicating real human bodies even needs a perfect scan of one.
A giant dragon, dragon, found on Google Earth in Taiwan. This stuff is just so crazy that all over the earth we have these amazing finds, and none of these scientists even want to talk about it, right? They push this dinosaur and this used to be bird nonsense. Meanwhile, we have these giant fossils of these dragons just all over the earth. I've seen so many just myself. These are just the spines. You know, you've seen the pictures and everything of dragons. They're based on a real thing. Even Columbus saw them, you know, when he discovered, quotations, America. Look at that. And still they peddle this nonsense about these birds that turned into dinosaurs. I already have like a 5-10 minute subscriber video on dragons, dinosaurs, or giants, because I believe they're using all these giant bones to make their own concoctions to say things that were supposedly here, you know, billions, millions of years ago. They never tell us the truth about anything, but it's still all out there for every eye to see. By the way, I keep seeing these orbs in all different shots in Taiwan in these mountains. But guess what?
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So here is part 2 of my birthday videos, and we're going to get straight to the content because I'm running behind schedule and I got somewhere to go. So I'm not going to hold you guys. Go get whatever you need to chill with me, and let's get to the content. So without any further ado, let's go.
Breaking news, the 13th scientist found burned in Tesla at the age of 29. This is the 13th scientist who has passed away behind the recent deaths of scientists. 29-year-old Joshua LeBlanc was not just any NASA engineer. He worked on nuclear propulsion systems, one of the most sensitive areas in aerospace. Police say his body burned beyond recognition, and police confirmed his identity 3 days later after the body was transported to the Alabama Department of Forensic Science. At the time, his family said they feared he had been abducted and that he had left his phone and wallet in his home at the time of the disappearance. Why are all these scientists leaving their phones behind when they leave? So since he didn't have his phone, police tracked LeBlanc down using data from his Tesla Sentry mode and found that his vehicle sat at the airport in Huntsville for hours on the morning of his passing. His family said his trip west was not part of his plan for the day, and that uncharacteristically he was not communicating with them. Officials are currently treating the incident as a traffic-related accident, and there is no confirmed evidence of foul play. However, the case is drawing significant attention online, as some reports claim LeBlanc may be part of a broader pattern involving multiple scientists who have died or gone missing in recent years. Authorities have not confirmed any connection between these cases. The investigation remains ongoing.
What is going on with these scientists? And if I was a scientist working for NASA and I worked in those certain departments, I think it's propulsion and another department dealing with the extraterrestrial and things like that, I would be worried because it's becoming repetitive. It's happening way too much.
Now this how I know these motherfuckers playing in our face. I'm watching Paradise, gang. Mind you, this shit was made last year. These niggas in the underground city because the surface was fucked up. Look at this shit. So they gotta send some folks up there to look at this fucking fucked up world. Look who they finna gang.
That's why we're sending these 4 brave explorers into the unknown to assess it, to get answers and bring them safely back to us.
Did they just send these motherfuckers to space? Did they just send these motherfuckers to space this year? Ain't that the same nigga? The fuck? Ah! What the fuck, nigga? This the same. What the fuck?
Oh my. Predictive programming. But go watch Paradise on Hulu. I actually like that show.
This is the ballroom, guys. The ballroom. Again, Solomon's Temple. Same layout, dimensions, measurements. Someone in my IG comments said this. Yeah, Baal's room. B-A-A-L room. And I was like, it's right in my face. Why didn't I think of that? In a Baal. Yo, you know what's so crazy? I say this all the time. In a world ran by Satan, would he give the road to prosperity so readily available to the people, or would he confuse it and mask it, misdirect it in a direction where it's worshiping him and not God? Which is you. What y'all all do? Raise your hands to an out force. It's like diabolical, literally. And he's a jealous God. He has like so many negative and evil connotations, and tells you by the way he kills people in stories that are fictitious and parable. And then he even gives you this Jesus guy, which is you. And he goes, it just Christos oil in the medulla. It drops out of James. It goes because the Southern Cross, something that happens in the sky with the cross. It just goes over your fucking head. Because you guys have teachers by the name of reverends and pastors, which if you didn't know this, you can look this up, this is verifiable. If you do not teach their rhetoric in the way that they see fit, they will defund you and make you pay taxes and all this other shit, where it's very hard for you to practice your religion. Yeah. And you think there's a separation of church and state. You guys are so funny. Peace, guys.
Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments.
Let's talk about this masterpiece of security theater from the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Watch this absolute clown show. K9 Dog is locked in, nose going absolutely crazy, following Cole Allen through the doorway like he just smelled a fireworks factory mixed with pure incompetence. The dog is screaming, "This dude's the problem!" Bomb-sniffing canines are trained to detect gunpowder, and this good boy hit on it twice. But nah, the handler yanks that good boy away like he's late for brunch. That canine handler straight up robbed that good boy of his moment. The only one in the entire building who actually did their job gets dragged off stage right before the main event. The dog knew. Dogs always know. The institution overruled the dog. And don't even get me started on the timing. Right as this is happening, some agent is fixing the metal detector and distracting the whole team. Right then, the detectors are literally being taken down like they're packing up after a church bake sale. Nobody's paying attention. They're just standing around like it's grandma's house waiting on Sunday dinner. One cop at the top just books it the opposite direction. Full coward sprint. Watch the cop at the top run the other way. Are you telling me that this is the best of the best protecting the president? Really? This isn't a failure. This is Olympic gold in the incompetence Olympics. At some point, failure is too generous. These repeated close calls around Trump don't look random anymore. They look like people in charge who either don't care enough to stop it, or are perfectly comfortable letting the danger get closer every single time. The level of this screw-up is so perfectly choreographed it makes the whole thing feel even more staged. Like if you're gonna script a fake breach for the cameras, at least rehearse so the dog doesn't almost ruin the plot by doing its actual job. They mocked you at first, and they'll mock you again. We need to fire a lot of people here. The only one who performed correctly was the dog.
Is why he disappeared just shortly after tweeting the name of the show back in 2023, dropping us a little hint of this incident that was going to happen 3 years later. But what do you think? Why is it that every bit of news that drops these days always seems to have some sort of conspiracy theory that kind of feels, I don't know, somewhat plausible?
I've been trying to tell you guys, this is real. This is exactly how it goes. This is how it is behind these doors where you can't see. Now, of course, the videos are AI. I mean, do I even really need to say that? But this is exactly what's happening in all these closed room meetings. I told you guys about the Lockheed Martin insider I had that told me about a whole bunch of crazy stuff that was coming. The credits for these videos are at the top if you want to watch them yourself. So I mean, you know, all the ballrooms, all the Bavarian balls, if you get what I'm saying. This is what it really looks like under all those masks that you see in there. You know those crazy masks they wear? Look, not everything is a human like you and I are. Did you ever think of what would happen on, you know, a certain island that I will not say? Well, I'm sure there are more than just humans there. Even, you know, go back to the pyramids, all these demonic things and these fallen angels that are receiving worship from mankind and objects for their rituals. Oh, by the way, just so you know, the deal that the GOV made with this spiritual wickedness in high places is about to expire. It's not all holograms. If it were, the news wouldn't have said it was going to be. Catch my drift? Only one name can stop them. You know what that name is? Put in the comments.
It's all connected. It is all connected.
Why exactly are they royal, and what's that mean? Of course, we had Prince Charles meeting in DC today. But do you remember all the weird stuff, totally not true stuff about Queen Elizabeth? And I'm not talking about the obvious Order of the Eastern Star. Look at this, totally AI, of course, right? Which is why the video is labeled AI. We'll get into that in 1 second. Do you remember, you know, the car wreck that Princess Diana was in when she passed away, and that right before the car accident, she was like, these people aren't human? Of course, we totally know they're human. And by the way, her coronation was wild, wasn't it? Straight out of the page of the playbook. If you don't know them, look into them. Now, obvious this picture right here is fake, right? We totally know it's fake, but what's crazy is the AI detector is saying likely a real image, 99.9. This one's saying the same thing, but this one's saying 100%. But of course, we know that it's definitely not real. Isn't it wild how the guards act like literal statues? But what in the world was Princess Diana talking about when she was saying that there's something weird, paraphrasing of course, something weird about those people? Not related. Also, what's up with these statues all over the place? I mean, you can find them in every single country on this earth. Remember when I showed you this video and it was crazy how there's so many what appears to be, by the technology, cold-blooded people all around that palace? Maybe things are really just not as they seem. But of course, we know that all that stuff is crazy wild, right? So, what do y'all think was happening at the White House today? And what really makes somebody royal? I guess we'll never know, right? What do you think? Sub video on Kid Stuck Me, I call this up. Link down there.
What do y'all think? I would like to really know, because I think I've told you guys how I feel about them. I don't think I know they're not right. That I know. But I just don't think that they all the way human. I don't know. Something about them just don't quite sit well with me, and it makes my spidey senses tingle. And not in a good way.
While they plan to parade through our streets for the 250th anniversary and have the king himself coming to visit, just remember what this visit actually is. It's a high-level summit of the untouchables. In January 2026, the DOJ finally dumped 3 million pages of Epstein files, only a small portion, but the metadata is screaming to the people. The evidence explicitly points to the king himself managing the fallout of his brother's role as a trade envoy to keep the system of control intact. Just last month, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor was briefly arrested for sharing confidential trade secrets with Epstein. Yet, the king himself can come here, untouchable on U.S. soil, because of sovereign immunity. So while we the people are bound by every letter of their law, the king travels without a passport, protected by a legal doctrine that says the king can do no wrong nor be held accountable. He isn't here to celebrate our independence, he's here to demonstrate his immunity along with DT. Then just look at the gifts and the occult symbolism behind them. In late 2025, he gave Trump a hand-bound book of the Declaration of Independence. Think about the symbolism, the document of our supposed freedom, rebound in royal leather, as it's a rebinding of the colonies. Now, they plan to exchange swords, the steel of the system, symbols of the enforcement power used to keep the people in check while these predators toast to their own survival. This isn't a diplomatic visit, but it's a mockery. They are standing together, daring us to notice that even with the evidence in plain sight, the special relationship is just a unified shield against accountability. They drink to liberty while the files show they traded in the complete opposite. Don't look at their narrative, but instead look at the files. They are showing they have no fear of accountability. A system only has power as long as we believe their theater is reality. We do not forgive, we do not forget. Anonymously enlightening out.
In the words of Maya Angelou, if a person show you who they are, believe them. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do, because it contradicts everything that they say.
So this is probably some of the elites from the future. Some of the scientists that went missing or that was unalive, some of them thought that aliens are from the future. They're saying they got like this from being underground for so many years. They say if you're underground for too long, you can develop a bald head, lose all your hair, your eyes can blow up, and you might look like this. So let's say this is actually what's happening. Why are they here now? Why are they here in 2026? Does this catastrophic event happen very soon or something? Is that why they're back? Trying to tell us or trying to stop it? And if the catastrophic event is about to happen, is it what's going on in the Middle East right now? Is it going to be tied to World War III? Is that why so many elites, so many higher people that has the money got the bunkers? Why they been prepping for something? Is this what it is? Are those going to be the ones that's the aliens eventually? Some of the people that had babies on the ground? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments. This shit crazy.
Think it's real? That's some creepy shit.
The movie Juwanna Mann was about a male basketball player who entered into the WNBA as a female. And here we are 20 years later talking about, we're going to save that for later. It's called predictive programming. When you see something that happened back then that is currently happening now, that means they planned it in advance and years ahead of its time, right? It ain't by no coincidence. And to prove it's not a coincidence, we're going to get into this gematria. Remember, I will teach you. Brittany equals 42 and Juwanna equals 42. So the man who played Juwanna Mann in the movie, his name was Jamal Jeffries. Jeffries equals 42 and Mann, Juwanna Mann. Mann equals 42. Yesterday, on December 8th, Brittany Griner was released from the Russian prison. If you add up the 12 plus the 8 plus the 22, it's going to equal 42. Ladies and gentlemen, we call that date numerology. So how do we know that this whole story is BS and manufactured? When she was arrested, it was on February 17th of this year. They let her out on Thursday, December 8th. That is a total of 42 weeks on the nose. So in proving that Brittany Griner and Joanna Man are basically one and the same, Brittany Griner equals 79 and a reverse full reduction. 79 is the 22nd.
I was getting ready to say something. I wish I would have got the whole clip for that, but Joanna Man took me out.
A lot of people don't understand the significance of the King and Queen of England visiting the United States this week. So let's break it down. It's the final stages of America's dismantling of British Admiralty law, a critical step required for America to legally restore its sovereign state. Look at the schedule of where he's going. He's going to Washington, D.C., the 9/11 Memorial, and Virginia. Each location holds symbolic and historical significance tied to Britain's long-standing system that has quietly governed America for well over a century. This process requires the living authority to appear in person at the exact centers of origin, operation, and control. This legal requirement requires the mandatory cooperation of the monarchy in order for America to reclaim its sovereignty. Physical presence and public witness fulfill the legal requirement. As the living head of the British Crown that has governed America through Admiralty law, it's the king who carries the lawful authority to sign off on the end of that system so that we can go back to the law of the land. It's a visible confirmation that the British maritime system is coming to an end in America. We are no longer being governed as a corporate entity. We go back to being a sovereign country. I posted videos about the astrological alignment that we were going through known as the Ring of Fire between April 26th and May 1st. It is April 30th today, and April 30th marks the official end of the corporation. America is no longer property of the three-headed beast, the World Banks, the monarchy, and the Vatican. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you got about 5 minutes to go back and relearn everything you were taught about American history.
They're still a part of it. But I do like what she said, though, but they're still a part of it.
You hate to see Adrian Broner like this, bruh. I know I do. I used to watch Adrian Broner boxing matches. I enjoyed his boxing matches. Even when he lost to Maidana, I still watched him. But I started noticing after that loss, he was never the same. And it just goes to show you, when you're up really high, you can be at the bottom just as quick. Now, I'm not saying he's at the bottom, but I know he's not where he once was, and I know he's not where he wanna be. This video right here is just crazy to me, bruh. He up there begging for Dean the Great's cameraman to get him an Uber. I'm not saying he broke, but I know he's not well off. It looked like he kinda struggling, bruh. And like I said, I hate to see it. Look at this video. So crazy.
When we get it back, we're gonna make sure we get it back. I'm not great.
I think we all know people that be like, if you get me, I got you back. Knowing damn well they ain't gonna give you nothing back.
Uber? Yeah, I can't Uber yet. Uber? I can't Uber yet. You get Uber? Do I have Uber? No. Yes. Please stop recording that.
I do agree with stop recording somebody at their downfall. However, I will say this. I would feel sorry for him had he not that long prior to him saying that before, told that girl that didn't want to kiss him, besides calling her a biatch, he also let her know she's a millionaire. He got this and he got that and da-da-da-da-da-da. So the fact that you were just arrogant and a complete asshole prick, I don't feel sorry for you.
It's
been years since the world first learned the name Jeffrey Epstein, and still the truth remains buried. Files sealed, names whispered, questions unanswered. How did so many powerful people stay untouched while the victims were left behind? As the investigation resurfaces, one question echoes louder than ever. Who else was involved, and how far does it really go?
When I'm president, I will make sure to release every single one of the files.
Now that you're president, will you now be releasing the Epstein files?
Yeah, I'll get right onto that.
Damn it.
And Miss Bondi, this is completely unacceptable. When can we expect the full release of the files?
According to my notes, you, that's when.
Please, Your Highness, please don't kick me out of the family. I'll be good from now on, I promise.
Seem to be a little sweaty there.
That's never happened before.
I'm sure.
Congress has voted to release all the files.
We gotta do it. Bomb Iran.
What the hell did we do? This is a load of crap. I want the unredacted files.
What files? What the hell did my husband do now?
And you all called me crazy!
What are we dealing with?
These are some of the smartest, most genius minds I've ever dealt with.
That is crazy that AI would even like come up with that. Like that's wild. But if it was an actual movie, honestly, and if it came out in the theaters, would you guys go and see it? Just asking. I'm asking for a friend.
What's up, America? Do not buy a new car, because starting 2027, every new car in the United States will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver. Not only watching you, but listening to your conversations as well. And if the vehicle determines that you're a danger on the road, it will turn your car off. So by 2027, the law states, quote, every new passenger vehicle sold in the United States must include technology that constantly monitors the driver via AI, cameras, and sensors, and can automatically shut down or limit the car if the system decides you're not sober or fit to drive. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is creating new federal motor vehicle safety standards requiring, quote, advanced impaired driving prevention technology powered by AI tools and systems. They state that the technology must now passively monitor the driver at all times. If the system detects a problem, it can prevent the car from starting or limit its speed and operation while driving. So let's say you're not fucked up and you just decide to close your eyes and stretch. Does it think you're fucked up and it'll stop the vehicle while you're driving? The law states that this is not a remote government kill switch, but the decision happens on board via AI and sensors. So basically, whatever technology they put in there, it's a government kill switch. Now, older cars obviously will be unaffected, but cars 2027 or after will all have this shit. So a lot of people say that this is government overreach, and later on, these tools will be used against the average driver, especially if it taps into your conversations and the government gets a hold of those conversations and finds out what you're talking about politically. Or at least that's the fear coming up in the future. Now you might understand why data centers are going up all over the fucking country, everywhere, because everything you do is going to be monitored coming up here, every single thing.
You guys tell me how y'all feel about that, because to be honest with you, I think that is batshit crazy. And it's all a plan to do exactly what they do, which is control, control, control. Keep putting more ranks of control, 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 control. Y'all gonna buy a car after 2027 or 2027 and on? Y'all gonna buy it? I also heard that they were gonna make subscription use so you can't use your Apple CarPlay or Android Audio in your car unless you buy the subscription for your car. The people that make your car. What the hell?
Look at this, look at this, look at this. What is going on right here? Frogs with reptilian people. Reptilian people. What an imagination they had in the 1700s. So we've seen dragons. Now we've seen reptile people. Who does that represent? Are they Irish? I'm Irish. I've never seen a reptilian. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Come on, King Henry, King Louis, whoever it is. Explain this to me. Naysayers in the comment section. Who are these reptilian people? So look, the second row means defiance. This, it's the transformation into the reptilian people. That's what it said. Then they said the bottom rank is their humiliation. Come on, man. Let's get into it. This lady's like scared for her life. This person has 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. What is it, like the AI version? Look at that right there. Demonic. Come on, man. 1600s, 1700s? Was microdosing even invented yet? What were these people on? Reptilians? Come on, man. This thing is wild. And who are these people? Come on, why are they asking for help? Come on, man. What is the story they're telling us? Not trying to tell us. Straight up, tell us, man. Make it make sense. Listen, man, I always say they rub it right in our face, right? You kiss a toad, it turns into a prince, right? And then they always talk about the reptilian people. They're right there, And then the lower row, chat said it's for humiliation. What do we talk about now? Diddy and all that, what happened, the humiliation process. LeBron James, when they made him wear a dress. Humiliation process of the elites. And where are we? At a castle, a Roman structure in France. 95% Roman stuff, 5% French. Make it make sense. They rub it in our face. The lion's the king of the jungle. He doesn't live in the jungle. Kiss a frog, they'll turn into your prince. Humiliation factors. Come on, man. It's in our face the whole time. We're in some sort of movie, simulation. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I just wanted to make it make sense.
I agree. Make it make sense because it's strange and creepy. And it's not just there. It's all over. Like, it's all type of little popcorns letting you know that shit ain't what you think it is. It's something deeper. So we've reached the end of the video. Part one and part two. I have to run. I have to go get myself together, take a shower, get myself together, get myself on, dolls up and stuff, so I can go and have me a good time and then celebrate my birthday. But I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys on the following week. Back to 1 video a week. This was just a special because not only was it my birthday, but I did kind of like, neglect you guys this past week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys received a lot of information, got some clarity on things, and I will see you guys later. So, but until I see you guys again, y'all be good, y'all be safe. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Mwah. 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 Bye.